Welcome back to the 2022 Progressive Black Hills Throwdown at the Buffalo Chips Power Sports Complex just outside of Sturgis, South Dakota. We are about to kick off the 4600 Spider Track Stock Class. We'll be doing 6 laps. Then at 3 p.m. we'll do the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified Class, 7 laps. At 3:45 we'll do the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends Class, 7 laps. And then we're going to skip the LCQ straight to the main event. At 5 p.m. we'll do the 4400 Unlimited main event. That'll be a 10-lap race, so lots of racing yet to come. So we are going to be back-to-back racing, so don't go anywhere. You have a few more minutes to go get your snacks, your drinks, go to the Dusty Goggles watering hole, go over the Black Hills Food and Fire truck, and we are about to get this party started, Pam.
Yes, it's been an exciting day. The kids just got done racing. It's always fun to watch the little tiny tots,
absolutely.
The future of our sport race. I have a big heart for the kiddos. I'm sure we all do, and it's so fun to watch them. And Tanner Thompson, he did 15 laps out there on the half-mile course that they had out there today.
And if you are just tuning in, we thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you. I am Miles Hasquist alongside Mrs. Pam Hall, and we are about to kick off the 4600 Spider Track Stock Class. Now let's run through the line here. We have Vaughn Gittin Jr. next to Bailey Cole out front.
All right, and then we'll have Brad Lovell right next to Albert Contreras.
In row number 3, we'll have Kendall Glines and John Williams.
And then row number 4, it's going to be John Snell and Jacob Seeger.
And then it'll be Tom Biddle next to Alex Fleming.
And then in the last row, it's going to be Tyler Sims in the 4680.
So it's going to be a great showing out there. Vaughn Gittin Jr., we saw him have a little bit of hiccup in his 4400 car, but he is on the pole out of Concord, North Carolina, right next to Bailey Cole. It's going to be a great, great race. And can't wait to see it.
On screen, you can see them right now. They are rolling towards the start-finish line.
And it is a stampede of Broncos out front. And if it could be Vaughn Gittin Jr., Bailey Cole, or Brad Lovell, they will take home $2,000 of contingency money from Ford Performance. Because if you're running a Ford body or clip and Ford Performance horsepower, there's $1,000 per, so that's $2,000 for those two. So they're going to roll the Yukon launch and get ready to hit the Progressive start-finish. This is a 6-lap race for the 4600 Spider Track Stock Class, and we are underway. Who's going to get the whole shot? Is it going to be Vaughn Gittin Jr. or Bailey Cole? And it looks like Brad Lovell's trying to get in there and sneak in, and he's going to be on the inside. And look at the non-rhythm section. The Broncos are out front, 1, 2, 3, but it does look like it's going to be Vaughn Gittin Jr. out front as they're getting ready to hit the Bronco Boulders.
And Bailey Campbell in the number 2 position right now, so with the Broncos 1, 2, and 3.
Brad Lovell's trying to do a little bit of drafting action there, but he's right behind them. So it goes Vaughn Gittin, Bailey Cole, Brad Lovell, Albert Contreras, Kendall Glines, John Williams, John Snell, Jacob Seeger, Tom Biddle, Alex Flemings, and Tyler Simons. And it looks like we may have a rollover already in corner number 2. We'll try to get a camera. Is that John Williams is my first guess?
It's a Jeep, I think, it looks like it was a Jeep with red and gray.
So if that is correct, I believe that is John Williams. 4623, John Williams, co-driver and driver are okay. They did take a tumble in turn number 2, but co-driver of John Williams are okay. But Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Eric Davis out front being followed closely by Mr. Bailey Cole. And look, we were able to get a little bit of water back in there, so it's not as bad as it has been, but it will dry up. I'm glad to see our track maintenance crew doing such an amazing job. Gus and the entire Mid-America Ultra 4 crew has been doing a great job all weekend long. And the Dusty Goggles safety crew has done a great job working next to him.
And you can see Bailey Cole is not letting Vaughn get too far out of his sights because he wants to get past him, of course, to get that clean dirt.
Oh, Bailey stuck a nose in, but
just
Vaughn
didn't quite
closed
stick.
The door.
Exactly. It did not stick for sure.
This is a 2-mile short course. They're doing 6 laps. That's 12 miles of some of the nastiest short course we can throw at you here at the Buffalo Chips Power Sport Complex. Ooh, Bailey Cole sticks a nose in once again.
He is hot on Vaughn.
Vaughn's dropping the Recaro step down. So it's a battle between Vaughn Gittin and Bailey Cole early. How far back is Brad Level? Not too back. I think he's probably just kind of pacing it because if Vaughn Gittin and Bailey run that pace the entire time, I'm sure somebody's going to have an issue.
Right? I mean, because you know that they're pushing each other right now, or they have their spotters in their ears telling them that they have each other right close to each other. And Bailey, it looks like he's going to get around Vaughn Gittin Jr., but Vaughn has that inside line.
So he
tried. Does keep, little bit
Vaughn kind of pinched him on the outside a little bit.
This is going to be
a battle.
That's a tricky little turn right there, though, because it looks like you might be flat, but it's really silty, as you could kind of tell, but you're also leaning really heavily on the driver's side.
So one more turn to go, and it'll be the Yukon launch for both of them, and then they'll cross the progressive start-finish, and it is going to be side by side, and Bailey Cole sending it, trying to get around Vaughn Gittin Jr. This is a great race. And, again, this is kind of the non-rhythm sections. They're not whoops. They're not rollers. It's just kind of a goofy little spot. But Vaughn goes wide.
Yes, he did.
Bailey sneaks in. Is he going to be – but he's got the inside line.
He had to check up is what he had to do.
Bunny hop the Bronco boulders. Vaughn Gittin Jr. has his hands full with Bailey Cole. Bailey Cole goes to the inside once again. It looks like he's got the run. They may have touched tires just a little bit, but Bailey Cole finally gets around Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Eric Davis. So I know the spotters are in the stands super excited. This is a great race out front. So it goes 1, Bailey Cole, 2, Vaughn Gittin Jr., then Brad Level, Albert Contreras, Kendall Glines, Alex Fleming.
And then Jacob Seeger is behind Alex Fleming.
And we saw John Williams have an issue. And I know John Snell was fighting some stuff, Tom Biddle. So it looks like John Snell, Tom Biddle, or Tyler Simmons did not. Well, they're still running, sorry.
I can hear someone on the horn, or they were just playing around going through the start-finish line.
And I do see John Williams back and moving, so I do apologize about that. So we still have everybody still out on course. Except for Tyler Simons. I don't think he took out.
And John Williams, not sure if they got him righted, and he kept going, though.
I just physically saw him. Yep.
Okay, good.
So what a great day of racing. And look at Vaughn Gittin Jr. not letting Bailey Cole out of his sights. This is going to be a super interesting race. These two Ford Broncos up front are going to be pushing hard.
I just hear some stuff going. That looks like it's
Vaughn
Gittin
Jr. takes a tumble at the Recaro step down.
That is actually the turn before the Recaro.
You are correct.
So he took a little bit of a tumble.
So I'm not sure what happened. I personally missed it, but there's a big tire. So we may have a little bit of replay. Nope, no replay, sorry. But you were able to see that big tire, so if he cut that corner just a little short, he may have clipped that tire. So tough break for Vaughn Gittin. But the Dusty Goggles promotion guys are up there. The safety crew will get him righted, but Bailey Cole's got a little bit of breathing room right now. But don't breathe too easy, because guess who's right behind him?
Mr.
Brad Level, who just got inducted to the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame, and he just got nominated. They'll get inducted when SEMA happens. So that's in October, I believe.
Yes, it is Halloween weekend.
When we're going to be at Mid-America Outdoors.
For our Legends of the Fall.
It's going to be a great event.
And on screen there is Mr. Bailey Cole.
But just
you can see off course right there is
that may be John Snell. Okay, so he did start but broke early. He's had a lot of issues this week. Hate to see that for Mr. John Snell. He stayed up all night long switching the front and the rear diffs to get it going, but hey, that's part of racing. So Bailey Cole, what kind of lap time do we have out of him?
Bailey Cole is a 3:07.262. Vaughn Gittin Jr.'s first lap was a 3:09.147. So we'll see what Brad Level is throwing down here in just a moment.
So I do see Vaughn Gittin on all 4 tires. It does look like everybody's okay. We'll see if he can get that car going, but he's already a half a lap down. So you can see they got it started, but he's got some issues in there, so hopefully we can get that squared away quickly. There's Jacob Seeger.
All right, and Albert Contreras, he'll be coming by here in any moment right now. So he's actually running in the 3rd position right now. So Mr. Albert Contreras going across the progressive start-finish line right now.
Did you say Albert is sitting in that 3rd spot?
He is in 3rd position.
Absolutely. So right now, physically out on course, number 13, Bailey Cole, number 4621, Brad Level, and then the 4605 of Albert Contreras.
And Kendall Glines in the 46.89 is running in that 4th position.
So it looks like they did get Vaughn getting pulled off, but he had a little bit of smoke under the hood. You can see some damage up front. Hate to see that for him. He had some bad luck earlier in the 44 car. Now he's having some bad luck in the 46. We'll see if he comes back out.
See.
I'm sure he's got a great crew with the Fun Haver off-road team, so we'll hope for the best for Vaughn Gittin Jr. He is a fierce competitor out on course.
Yes, they will do whatever they can to get him back out on course as long as they have the stuff to fix it for sure.
There's our AMSOIL driver, Brad Level. Back to Bailey Cole. What a great race we have for the 4600 Spider Track Stock Class. We need to give a huge shout out to Ford, Bronco, Can-Am, Monster, Progressive, Optima Batteries, 4-Wheel Parts, Holley, Griffin Race Radiators, King of the Hammers, Nitto, King Shocks, VP Racing Fuels, Lasernut, Holley, AMSOIL, Method Race Wheels, Axial RC, PCI Race Radio, Spider Tracks, Recaro Seats, Baja Jerky, Off the Grid Clothing, MBRP, Yukon Gear and Axle, HCR, Daystar, Warn, Factor 55, Action Sports Canopy, Tread Lightly, Brannick Motorsports, Rigid, and ARB. Those are the official marketing partners of Ultra 4 Racing. So please support who supports the sport. Without all these amazing partners, we would not be racing here today for the 2022 Progressive Black Hills Throwdown at the Buffalo Chip Power Sports Complex.
All right, and on screen is the 46.28 of Alex Fleming. Back now, we are with Brad Level on course. Bailey Cole is out front. Brad Level second on course.
And there is John Williams, who took a tumble early on. Great to see him still moving strong. That just goes to show you how well these cars are actually built. There's Alex Fleming with Sherpa Motorsports.
And Jacob Seeger just now was at the bottom of the screen. You can see how much he has to slow down right there for that turn. That is that left-hand turn where we just saw Vaughn roll.
I was talking to Alex Fleming earlier today, and he said the first race during their prelim, they said they took off the line and their windscreen got completely mudded out. So he's like, couldn't see a thing, flipped it up, now it's dust. So he's like, so now I've got some tear-offs that I never thought I'd see tear-offs when it's this dusty out here. But like I said, the Mid-America and Ultra 4 crew has done a great job doing as much watering of the track as possible.
And on screen is Bailey Cole. He just came through, and his lap time was a 3:07.648. He's running a consistent 3:07 right now. Brad Level just came through with a 3:12, so he actually picked up some time on his last lap.
And he is about 20 seconds behind Bailey Cole.
Yes, and he's running in that second position right now.
Great shot of Bailey Cole as we speak. That number 13. You have Sean Shoemaker up in the spotter stand telling them, hey, take a breath, take it easy, but stay smooth and consistent.
Smooth and consistent is definitely a good factor, a good key for these racers.
John Williams back on screen. We have a lot more Harleys rolling through, enjoying the festivities. If you're a Buffalo Chips Power Sports, you get in for free. Got a whole crew rolling in, and they get a front row seat with their motorcycles.
Beautiful bikes rolling in here right now. So if you are at Buffalo Chip and you have a camping pass on your wrist, you get in free over here at the Power Sports to watch the races for free.
And if you don't, it's only $10 an adult, and 10 and under is free.
And on screen is Bailey Cole right there. Coming around to finish up the lap 4. We are doing 6 laps, so they are halfway through right now, the race. Actually, it's finishing lap 3.
So almost halfway.
Almost
through.
halfway.
There's Tom Biddle on screen in that old Toyota. Just saw his son Hunter Biddle racing. There's Jacob Seeger hitting the progressive start-finish line. Back to John Williams.
And it looks like Bailey Cole, number 1 position. Brad Level in second position. Albert Contreras in third. Kendall Glines in fourth. Alex Fleming fifth. Jacob Seeger in that 6th position.
Tom Biddle, John Williams, Vaughn Gittin Jr., we saw him out. John Snell is out, so tough break for them. So we still have our top 8 out on course.
That's a
and
great
look at
race
Glines
going on.
And Contreras battling it out. Couple Jeeps. Albert Contreras brought his entire family all the way from Compton, California, and made a complete family vacation out of it. Alex Fleming coming into skiing with Sherpa Motorsports.
And they're coming down that drop area right there. We'll be making that tight 90 left-hand turn. That's just super weird turn right there. That's where people have been having issues all day long.
So Bailey Cole still pushing strong as he hits the Yukon launch. Speaking about Yukon,
yeah,
Bailey
exactly.
Cole works for Yukon Gear and Axle now, and it's he's been racing with us for quite a while, but stepped up in a huge way. Finished college, graduated, and went for work for one of our marketing partners. So it's great to see the support that the sport gives back. Here's Albert Contreras. It looks like Kendall Glines may have gotten around him. Yes, it is. So Kendall Glines does get the pass on Albert Contreras.
And they have been battling it out for at least the last 2 laps that we have seen on screen.
And Kendall Glines and Albert Contreras both have their sons riding shotgun with them. It's great to see the whole family out here enjoying themselves with Ultra 4 racing.
And Alex Fleming on screen. I love that Toyota.
Oh, yeah.
Super cool.
The little Toyota that could. He's, I believe, the only competitor out there with a V8 in the 4600 Spider Track stock class. There's Bailey Cole, our physical race leader, chasing down some lap traffic. That is Mr. Tom Biddle. Still running strong, but Bailey Cole's coming with the heat.
So Bailey Cole and Brad Lovell are the only 2 that have completed their 4th lap. And Brad Lovell is 24 seconds behind Bailey Cole on time. Making a pass right there on Tom Biddle.
Well, trying to make a pass.
That's the tight canyon, though.
I was going to say, it gets a little tight there, but yeah, he shows off the Ford performance and gets around him. And if Bailey Cole can win this, he'll get $2,000 of contingency money from Ford Performance. I can hear Bailey Cole in the background. He can bounce the limiter just a little bit and grabs a gear and keeps on trucking. This is right where Vaughn Gittin, and he must have hit that tire because it was way up by that flag. So Vaughn Gittin Jr. must have just barely clipped that tire.
Well, they were going at it, trying to pass each other, and then if you get in a little bit of dust, which is what was happening because Bailey had already passed Vaughn by this time, he could have been in dust and just clipped that tire. It doesn't take much to clip one of those big old tractor tires and flip you right over.
Absolutely. So the Believe Cam FPV drone chasing down Bailey Cole as he hits the Recaro step down. Yeah, it's an absolutely amazing job what the Rock Racing TV production crew can do with these FPV drones. I mean, it's came such a long way in such a short time, and it's just great to see what they do. Just side by side with them. Look at that. Absolutely amazing.
It's almost like a video game.
Yeah, our Believe Cam pilots are some of the best in the game. I will promise you that.
Look at the clouds in the sky, Miles.
Yeah, it got a little bit sunny earlier, but yeah, now the sun's kind of going away. The wind's actually picked up just a little bit, but hey, the wind is a racer's friend, especially on a dusty day like today.
And I believe that's Kendall Glines, correct, with Albert Contreras behind him?
Absolutely. This is the 4600 Spider Tracks stock class main event. What lap are we on there, Pam?
We are on.
Looks like
just
one
went
lap
through
to
5,
go, right?
So, yes, we should be getting that white flag. Miss Erin, I'm not sure if Erin is still up there.
Yes, she is, and the white flag is out for Bailey Cole. So the white flag will be flying for the rest of the field no matter what lap they are, and this is a Grand Prix finish as Bailey Cole hits the Bronco boulders. So it's looking good for Bailey Cole. How far back is Brad Lovell?
Brad Lovell,
so
we'll see in just a second because he's getting ready to cross the progressive start-finish. He is 28 seconds behind Bailey Cole.
So that's going to be tough to make up on this last lap. This is Bailey Cole's race to lose.
Yep, it definitely.
But remember, to finish first you must finish.
I mean, it just takes Bailey one slip up of a spin out or anything, so just like you just said.
But he'll stay calm and consistent. I have a good feeling that Sean's up in the spotter stand saying, hey, this is your race. There's a 28-second split. Just take your time, deep breaths, stay smooth, stay consistent, hit your marks. Let's do this. There's Mr. John Williams, who rolled over on the first lap. Glad to see him still pushing strong. So he definitely is a lap down, but still racing out here in Sturgis, South Dakota for the 2022 Progressive Black Hills Throwdown. And if you're here on site, make sure you go check out the Dusty Goggles watering hole. They've got cold drinks for kids and adults, and right next to them is the Black Hills Food and Fire. They're serving lunch and dinner. It's been some great barbecue all weekend long.
Lunch and dinner, and they're catering our driver's appreciation meal tonight. which everybody looks forward to because everyone
absolutely.
gets to stand around and talk about their day, have fun.
They get to
congregate
show
with
off
each other.
some bragging rights
Exactly.
and tell some fishing story lies.
Right?
You know how that goes.
Right.
So Bailey Cole about halfway through this 2-mile lap. Got some motorcycles coming in and out all afternoon.
Playing their music.
So there's that tire that got clipped earlier.
That's Brad Lovell on screen. He is just, he's aware of where he's sitting at, but he's going to do whatever he can to try to make up a little bit of time.
Bailey Cole up and across the rigid ridge as we speak. We'll see him come through here in about 20 to 30 seconds, and he will be grabbing the checkered flag at the Progressive start-finish line. So it's been a great day of racing. We've had our 4,900 Can-Am UTV main event, and we are about to wrap up the 4,600 Spider Track stock class. Just 1 or 2 more turns to go, and we will hopefully pick up Bailey Cole and chase him to the Progressive start-finish line.
And Bailey Cole should be coming through any minute.
Bailey Cole hits the Yukon launch, and the checkered flag is out, and Bailey Cole wins the 4,600 Spider Track stock class and does it with style, getting a little hang time. And remember, everything is unofficial from the Nitto studio till we dot our I's and cross our T's.
And you can see on screen right there how rutted up that corner is getting. Albert Contreras was really on the gas just now. You could just see the dust, the silty dust kicking up. So Brad Lovell will come in, and he'll be unofficially in that second position.
So Brad Lovell grabbing the checker flag. Unofficial second place goes to AMSOIL athlete Brad Lovell. Just proving why he deserves to be in the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame. So a great showing for the Ford Performance Broncos, first and second place. But who's going to get third? It's kind of a battle between Kendall Glines and Albert Contreras.
Hey,
But
Miles,
it looks
please,
like Kendall Glines is out front.
please refresh me. Jacob Seeger, that's a Land Rover or
Correct.
Land Cruiser?
Yep. What is that?
It's big like an old Land Cruiser.
It is a Land Rover.
Land Rover,
Yep.
okay. Such a cool vehicle out there.
So our final third and fourth are up and across the rigid ridge, bypassing the AMSOIL hot pits.
Oh, and he that's that corner that we all keep talking about, that 90 left going up into the hairpin right-hand turn. So we have right now Bailey Cole in the number 13 in number 1 position. Brad Lovell in the 46.21 in second.
And coming through the Yukon launch momentarily is Mr. Kendall Glines with his son riding shotgun with him. The checkered flag is out, and the Progressive start-finish line. Kendall Glines locks down third position unofficially.
And I did just see Mr. John Williams in the 46.23 go down our track exit road. So he is off the course. So it looks like Albert Contreras, if it all sticks how we were running, he should be coming in that 4th position. Or Albert Contreras did come in that 4th position. Alex Fleming should be coming in that 5th position. And actually, we can see Alex Fleming is actually getting towed off the race course right now.
So we will be getting those Laser Nut trophies. Thank you to Cody Wagner and company. We'll be giving those away here very shortly. So, again, a huge shout-out to Cody Wagner and Laser Nut for providing our trophies for the last few years. They're absolutely works of art. And don't forget, if you ever – oh, look at the –
what is that?
That's a wheel with an axle steel attached.
Oh, that
may be from Fleming.
That
I'm
must
not
be
sure.
Fleming because he just got towed off right there.
But, yeah, the axle still had the wheel and tire attached. They push it off track. Tough break for Alex Fleming's. And it is on fire. There's some heat built up in there. But to finish my thought, you can order a replica trophy from Laser Nut, and you can give it to one of your sponsors, one of your family members, or one of your team members as Jacob Seeger crosses the Progressive start-finish. So we are about 22 minutes away from kicking off the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. I see A.J. Stratman, that is Justin Hall's crew chief, heading towards the spotter stand, getting everything ready. So what a great day of racing, and we're not done yet, but it looks like we're about to wrap up the 4600 Spider Track stock class. So I'm going to kick Pam out of the Nitto studio and go make her give out some of those laser nut trophies. So while we get everything rounded up, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Over 25 years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
I am Monster Mate.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Hello and welcome. Breathe, relax, and enjoy the meditation. Provided by Yukon Gear and Axle. Shop now. The ultimate in off-road performance.
It's time for electric to turn into lightning. An electric truck that can haul on both ends, that can help build your house, and if need be, power that house. That feels like a bullet train and works like a freight train. The fully electric F-150 Lightning.
Bronco, an American classic, returns. And it only gets better when it's outfitted with the right gear. From bumpers to winches, rigging accessories, suspensions, body armor, and wheels. You need a full array of gear to outfit your Bronco for adventure. Get them now at Warren.com.
All right, we are up here for the Progressive Black Hills Throwdown 4600 Spider Track stock class, and we are here with the third place, Brexton Glines. I thought it was Kendall, but you're in the seat. How was your race?
It was crazy. My first time on the short course, and it was a blast.
Yeah, it was fun. Go ahead and continue to tell us.
Yeah, we're happy to be here. It was such a great event. Had just a blast all weekend. I'd like to thank our sponsors, MRT, Nemesis, Lone Peak Collision, Impulse Off-Road, Terraflex suspensions. Their new wheels are awesome. I do believe they were awesome. Check those out if you haven't seen them. And RST brands.
I should have gave you the mic. You're over here feeding the information. No, that's awesome. What was your favorite part about the race course?
Beating a Bronco.
Right?
Take himself out, but
we don't care. We don't care how we beat the Bronco. We did it today. First one.
Awesome. A lot of people happy about that one, it sounds like. Well, congratulations on that. Do you have anybody else to thank? Who would you like to thank for being up here?
So I want to thank my little brother first. He started co-driving this year, and he did awesome today. He got me through the course. I probably would have made a lot more mistakes if it wasn't for him. My dad, my mom, they get us here and whatnot. Our whole team, we've tried hard this year. You know, it's been a lot of work for our little team. Each and every one of them spend a lot of time working and, you know, out on the races and whatnot. I got to thank all of them.
Well, awesome. Congratulations on the number 3 spot up here, Braxton Glines.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move right on over here to our number 2. No stranger to any podiums up here in a Bronco. Mr. Brad Lovell, you're up here in this number 2 spot. How do you feel about the race today?
Well, it sure was a wild one. You know, these Broncos are definitely bringing the heat with Bailey and Vaughn driving, and we saw them working hard on each other up there in front, and they had a great battle going on, and unfortunately, it looks like Vaughn got inside and clipped that tire, so I was doing great on that line, and then my son Byam here says, Dad, I think he clipped the tire, so then I started going way outside. He says, Dad, get in there. So it's a shame for Vaughn, but congrats to the Glines. You know, it's we've definitely brought some serious hardware to the class here, and just really happy to be here as a family. My son Byam was co-driving with me today. My wife Natalie was spotting, and my son Adam was in the hot pits. So, you know, we're just having fun with this, and had a great time racing the Bronco out today with AMSOIL.
Now, Miles and I were talking, we were wondering, because you were kind of like hanging back when Bailey and Vaughn were going neck and neck. Were you just kind of chilling back there for a little bit just to see what might happen?
Well, it's not my first short course race, but I was just telling JT used to spot for me in Torque out here, and when I got up here to the podium, I said, you know what, JT, I have more seconds than I do firsts in short course. So honestly, you know, with the dust and the potholes out there, there's a lot of risk pushing hard, but you know, definitely congrats to Bailey for pedaling that Bronco to first.
And who else would you like to thank for getting you up here on the podium today?
Well, you know, I really want to thank my family first and foremost. Adam and Byam prepped the truck coming into the race here. And obviously AMSOIL is the core of our team. AMSOIL is also a sponsor of Sturgis Bike Week out here. So they're going to have a lot going on downtown. BF Goodrich Tires, Fox Shocks, Method Wheels. There are a lot of people behind the development of this Bronco, a lot of people putting work into it, and just so happy to be part of Bronco and part of Ultra 4.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on that number 2 spot. We're going to go on over here to our number 1 spot, top of the podium, Bailey Cole. It's good to see you out here again. Congratulations. Give us a little rundown.
Oh, man, the first lap and a half, 2 laps, whatever it was, when me and Vaughn were battling, there was a little bit of Bronco on Bronco crime happening, and we were pushing so hard. I don't know if we could have done that the entire race, and we were ready to, but it's unfortunate what happened to Vaughn, but he was moving out there. So, you know, he would have been right up here with us, and, you know, these Broncos are quick, and they keep proving it. Just got to keep them under control.
Who do you have to thank for getting you up here today?
Oh, man, so many people. Sean especially. Not only is he prepping the car, but he hopped in the car this time and co-drove through the event, so kind of one-man show over here. Thank you. Obviously, friends, family, all the people that make it happen, and amazing partners, 4-Wheel Parts, Fox, Yukon, all the amazing people that make the Broncos what they are, and especially Ford Performance, getting us the cars. And, yeah, first race on Yokohama's, held up, no flat tires, and, yeah, still look good, all holding air.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Let's give it up for our 4600 Spider Track stock class, Bailey Cole, Brad Lovell, and Braxton Glines. Back to you, Miles.
Well, thank you, Pam, and congratulations to everybody in the 4600 Spider Track stock class. We gave away some of those amazing laser nut trophies, and we are about to get geared up for the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. Why we have everything racked and stacked, get the course back in action. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Hello and welcome. Breathe, relax, and enjoy the meditation. Provided by Yukon Gear and Axle. Shop now. The ultimate off-road performance.
I am Monster Mate.
Bronco, an American classic, returns. And it only gets better when it's outfitted with the right gear. From bumpers to winches, rigging accessories, suspensions, body armor, and wheels. You need a full array of gear to outfit your Bronco for adventure. Get them now at warn.com.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
know, the thing that people don't realize about ARB is that they have been developing the parts as our series and our sport has grown to these new extremes. They keep evolving as the sport has evolved.
Hello and welcome. Breathe, relax, and enjoy the meditation. Provided by Yukon Gear and Axle. Shop now. The ultimate in off-road performance.
Welcome back to the 2022 Progressive Black Hills Throwdown at the Buffalo Chips Power Sports Complex just outside of Sturgis, South Dakota. We are about to kick off the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. On the pole, we have Rick Levezzo side by side with Justin Hall. Row 2 is Ken Goodall with Dwayne Garrettson. Row number 3 is Joe Miker and Matthew Weiss. And row number 4 is Sean Rance and Daniel Netzling. Do I see Sean Rance? Yes, I do. He took that terrible tumble in the prelim earlier, tore up the front of the car a little bit, got a little shooken up, but apparently, obviously he did get checked out. He is okay, so we'll glad to see Sean Rance back out there. But like I said, on the pole is Rick Levezzo, drag racing, Justin Hall. Who's going to get the whole shot? Right now it is side-by-side, dead even race. But Rick Levezzo is on the inside. So they'll set up for the Bronco boulders. We'll see who can get there first, but it is Rick Levezzo that does get the whole shot. Pam, what a great start.
Yes, and Justin Hall right behind him, and then it looks like it's Kenneth Goodall. That's awesome to see Sean Rance back out on race course after that tumble he took earlier.
Rick Levezzo, Matt Weiss, Daniel Netzling, and that's Daniel right there going through the Bronco boulders. He took a tumble in his prelim as well, so great to see him. This is his first Ultra 4 race, but out front in that Bronco front clip and that Get Bent Fab is Mr. Rick Levezzo. So Bailey Cole does get $2,000 of Ford Performance for winning his race, and if Rick Levezzo wins, he'll get $1,000 because he is still running an LS-based engine, but he has that Ford clip on there. So $1,000 to Rick Levezzo if he can win this 7-lap main event for the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class.
And Justin Hall.
Dwayne Garrettson. Go ahead.
Yep, I was going to say, I saw Justin Hall on there, and he's been running really good this weekend. He did really good at Visions.
And you ask, and they provide. Look at that. Justin Hall trying to chase down Rick Levezzo. It's so far a pretty tight race, and you can tell the dust is definitely an issue up there, but the
there
wind
is a breeze.
Is blowing.
Yes,
Absolutely.
There is a breeze. I mean, obviously the breeze doesn't get down into the canyon area, so it's a little thicker, but it is awesome to see that there is a breeze out there on race course for these guys. And there's that 90 left-hand turn right there that Mr. Travis Zollinger was talking about. If you take that too tight inside, you could hit that like a wall, and then it'll flip you over.
And we have a big roll.
Oh,
that was Ken Goodall that landed on his wheels and kept on trucking. That's the same exact spot that Vaughn Gittin Jr. just had an issue at. So I think we can actually have a replay of this one since it was on screen. And here it is. So, we'll have to follow these guys down a little bit. So that's Rick Levezzo up front, then Justin Hall.
We can say he just pulled a Levi Shirley at Pikes Peak.
And Justin Hall is all over Rick Levezzo's tail on real course. All right, now we have it. So Ken Goodall.
Oh.
No, that's Rick Levezzo and
Justin Hall.
Justin Hall still.
He's right behind. He's chasing down Justin Hall's dust right there, and that's.
So, you can see it's super dusty. He gets a little bit wide, turns in, and he's going to clip that big tire. Well, there he does. Monster truck jumps it. Takes a little tumble, but like I said, as soon as he hits the ground, he hits the gas.
We saw that's the same area that Vaughn Gittin had hit that tire as well, and they put it obviously back up in place where it was supposed to be.
And out front hitting the Yukon launch is Rick Levezzo. But right behind him is Justin Hall as they cross the Progressive start-finish line.
1 second apart.
Wow. So 1 second splits Rick Levezzo and Justin Hall. Then Ken Goodall and Dwayne Garrettson. Dwayne Garrettson, gets around Ken Goodall because he flopped over.
Because he did the little flop. Yes, exactly. But Justin Hall and Rick Levezzo are neck and neck going through the Bronco boulders into that turn 2.
And I do see Joe Miker pulled off screen. Hate to see that for him. Oh, and it looked like Ken Goodall's got a left rear flat tire.
Sean Rance came off that jump and got a little bit sideways
and
right there.
Took out another one of my flags. They've been getting beat up at this race.
They were a great backdrop.
But, hey, that's part of racing. And look at the tight race between Rick Levezzo and Justin Hall out on course. So John Rance is actually racing this race and only in 3-wheel drive. That's why he gets a little squirrely off of those jumps.
Okay.
Getting lots of chatter through the PCI race radio.
Looks like that was the axial flag they just picked up and put on the side of the race course. Well, Miles, are doing part of our job tomorrow, taking them down.
Now we got to pick them up and collect them and inventory them and reorder.
Right, and that is Justin Hall on screen, still trailing in Rick Levezzo's dust. You know, he's working hard to get around him.
It's been a great race out front with Rick Levezzo, with James Mahoney riding shotgun with him, and then right behind him in the single-seater, Justin Hall.
And that's that turn right there. There's that tire that Kenneth Goodall had clipped. That was more of an impact. That wasn't a clipping that tire.
Yeah, he just straight up monster truck jumped it.
Exactly.
Leo Don would be proud.
Maybe he's giving him lessons.
Leo Donald's our USAC rep here on site. Leo Donald, 23. They're coming down the Recaro step down. This is the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class. This is a 7-lap race, 2 miles per lap, so 14 miles of some of the best short course action we could give you for the 2022 Progressive Black Hills Throwdown at the Buffalo Chips Power Sports Complex in Sturgis, South Dakota.
It has been a good day out here. We've had lots of spectators come over from the Buffalo Chip, ride in on their motorcycles, and now it's kind of like a motorcycle show over here. Maybe we should make that a thing.
They got a great front row
show and
seat.
shine. We should have a show and shine over here.
It's kind of hard to show and shine with all this dust.
True story.
There's Ken Goodall still pushing. I thought I saw him have a left rear flat. I'm not sure if he went into the AMSOIL hot pits or not.
He did
not. He still has a left
flat.
rear flat tire. But he's still trucking along as he heads down the Recaro step down. It'll be interesting to see if he comes into the AMSOIL hot pits. On a short course like this, the hot pits usually are not very busy.
Usually not, but he is throwing a little bit of smoke as well right now.
A lot of bit of smoke. Ken Goodall was having some engine issues yesterday, some oil pressure issues, so I wonder if he may have just smoked an engine or not. So tough break for Ken Goodall. He was super excited to have a strong running, and he had a good thing going until he didn't.
Yeah, exactly. He was smoking a little bit earlier on today, too. So that's unfortunate. Oh, Betty's going again.
Not sure what's going on, but it still doesn't look happy. But I think he's kind of.
He's
if
so
I can
close
run
to
it,
the hot pits, though. I would think I would take it in, change a tire, see what might, I wouldn't run the rest of my laps on a flat tire like that.
I think he's the type that if it still runs, I'm going to run it until it doesn't move.
Well, that's what he's doing right now for sure. That's what he's proven.
We'll see if he comes into the AMSOIL hot pits or not. But it's still a great race out front with Rick Levezzo and Justin Hall. They're on that back section. Super steep, super amazing elevation changes back here. And the Dusty Goggles and Mid-America Outdoor Ultra 4 safety crew has done an amazing job. Brian Williams and his entire crew, Gus, Pee-wee, Weaver, and Caleb have been working their tails off dusk till dawn through the night, getting everything done. And there is Daniel Netzling, his first race with Ultra 4 right now with Team Nemo.
I wonder why it's called Team Nemo.
Nemo Industries. I saw
Okay.
something about a sign on the side of his trailer, and something about it. I think it's a gun manufacturer or something.
Okay.
So still out front, it is Rick Levezzo and the Justin Hall Show. And Justin Hall better be starting to put the pressure on. We have
Rick Levezzo in that number 1 spot, Justin Hall in number 2, Dwayne Garrett's in 3, Sean Rance in 4th, Matthew Weiss in 5th. They have all came through and completed their number 2 lap.
And don't forget to go to that MAO app, download it to the Google or the Apple platform. Go to ultra4racing.com/live. Get on the Ultra 4 or MAO Facebook or YouTube. Share it. Start a watch party. Go to Ultra 4 USA Instagram and hashtag it up. Don't forget, we still have a lot of events yet to come. We have the UTV Takeover at Mid-America Outdoors next weekend. And then the Ultra 4 will be going to Crandon, Wisconsin at the Big House over Labor Day weekend. We'll have another Mid-America side-by-side championship series race that weekend as well, so kind of double duty. So Pam and I will have to split up that weekend. But I'll have my buddy Jim Marsden come across the pond and announce with me.
Good old times.
We've been announcing for a very long time. It'll be a lot of fun. Nothing against you, Pam, but
I know.
Old Jim Marsden and I go a long ways back.
Jim is Jim, and I know he has been wanting to go to Crandon and announce at the Big House, and there he is.
It's a bucket list item. He's been doing King of the Hammers with us for quite a while. He used to do the Nationals quite a bit. He's been announcing for the Mint 400. It's always a good time hanging out with Jim Marsden.
You can see that non-rhythm section right now.
Justin Hall got a little squirrely there.
He did, and he is still on Rick Levezzo's tail. Rick Levezzo in that number 1 spot. We are on lap 3 of 7.
Up and over the Bronco boulders. And do I hear Justin Hall honking at Rick Levezzo?
He's like, hey, man, I'm right here.
He's just kind of giving him a friendly reminder. Actually, they may be honking at the lap traffic in front of him.
That is Daniel, I believe.
Yep. So he pulls over and lets the leaders through. So Rick Levezzo and Justin Hall still running strong. Way out front for the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class.
And John Rance just came through in Sean's car.
What a great race we have on our hands. We need to give a huge shout-out to VP Racing Fuel, Nitto, King of the Hammers, Holly, Lasernut, Griffin, King Shocks, Progressive, 4-Wheel Parts, Optima Batteries, Monster Energy, Bronco, Ford, Can-Am, Baja Jerky, Amsoil, Method, Spider Tracks, Recaro, Axial, PCI, Off the Grid, MBRP, Yukon, HCR, Warren, Factor 55, Action Sports Canopy, Tread Lightly, Brannick, Rigid, and ARB. They are our official marketing partners of Ultra 4, so please support who supports the sport. Whether you're building a tow rig, a mall crawler, or a race car, go check out all those amazing marketing partners. We would not be racing here today without them.
And on screen, there is Justin Hall still on Rick Levezzo's tail. He's been consistently that distance behind him.
Yeah, 1 second has been split in the two.
Yes. But Justin Hall's last lap was actually a little bit faster than Rick's. But still, we can see them running neck and neck the whole entire time. It's just, it's all about timing when you want to push it harder to try to get around your competitor in front of you.
That is the name of the game. And you know Justin Hall has been watching where Rick goes inside.
Yes.
Where he goes inside, he's trying to pick him apart. But Rick's not going to let him go around easy. Rick Levezzo and James Mahoney up there really holding off that single-seater of Justin Hall.
And you can see close the gap just a tick there. He's closing in on him. It's just all about timing. He's studying his competitor right now. Like you're saying, he's watching where he's going. He's just studying his line, and then he'll know when he can take it.
There's a great shot of the Rigid Ridge, and they'll bypass the Amsoil hot pits.
And I'm not sure. I don't think Kenneth Goodall, I believe he went into the hot pits, and I've not seen him come back out.
Yeah, we saw a big poof of smoke, and he was having some definite issues. And I still see Joe Miker pulled off course. Still see Alex Fleming from a couple races ago.
Yes.
Sean Rance Sr. gets around Daniel Nisling. I didn't hear that. You did. Roll. A great battle between Rick Levezzo and Justin Hall as they hit the Bronco boulders.
And there is less than a second now splitting their time, their last time through on lap 4.
0.8 of a second. So Justin knows there's 3 laps remaining in the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle main event. Dwayne Garrettson still sitting in that 3rd position. Then it's Sean Rance, Matthew Weiss, Daniel Netzling, and then it's not looking good for Ken Goodall or Joe Miker. So we'll give away some of these Laser Nut trophies here in just a little bit. We've been running pretty close on time all day long.
Oh, that's a smell. Do you smell that smell?
Do you smell that smell?
Do you
They made a
smell
song
that smell?
about that, right?
No, I don't know. Do they? It smells like hot oil or transmission fluid.
Logan Christensen's tuning in, part of Rufus Racing. They hate not being able to make it to the race, but they've been tuned in all day long. We thoroughly appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a great day of racing, and they want to rub it in a little bit more that Zandy bumped out a chip on qualifying yesterday. The team camaraderie right there is nothing like it. It's a lot of fun hanging out with the Rufus Racing crew.
Yep, that team, they all poke fun at each other, compete against each other.
But Chip
it's a
makes
lot
it
of
easy.
fun. Yeah, he does. I think he brings it on. He starts it. Sounds like we have another car that has turned off the track. We're not sure which number it is right at this moment.
But Sean Rance still running strong in that old Ford Bronco. And I may have misheard that maybe his son John Rance may be driving. I'm not sure.
I thought I heard that through the radio, but I'm not 100%. And on screen, Justin Hall is still
about a second behind.
Or less than I mean, he's been closing in, but he doesn't have very much time left. 3 laps to go here.
So Rick Levezzo and James Mahoney get the whole shot and have not looked back, but Justin Hall has given him pressure all day long. I can't wait to hear the little after race chatter, because Justin's like, man, you had it, and I was in the side outside, and there's Daniel Neesing with Nemo Racing.
He's been taking it easy this race.
He took a tumble in prelims, so not sure what's going on. But speaking about tumble, that car took 2 tumbles, and that Bronco takes a licking and keeps on ticking as he hits the Recaro step down. So last time through, Rick Levezzo pulls a 3-second lead over Justin Hall, but Justin Hall is not going to let him easy as they head through that little non-rhythm section. Take that hard left and hit the Bronco boulders.
Justin Hall is definitely going to have a dusty helmet, dusty fire suit, everything dusty, being in Rick Levezzo's dust this whole entire race, unless he somehow gets past him. But right now it's not looking so hot. Have 2 laps to go to turn up the heat and make his moves if he wants to get that number 1 spot. But you know what? Being on the podium is being on the podium.
Absolutely. That's part of the game. They'll be looking good, getting set up. This is our 3rd and final race for the Western Series before it all goes down to the Nationals at Legends of the Fall at Mid-America Outdoors. The wind is blowing. It's a beautiful day. It's been hot all weekend long.
Took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say it's nice to see the breeze blowing the dust out of the driver's ways that are trailing behind, except for that direction right there.
The wind is the racer's friend. You see the dusty goggles. Volunteers out there ready to help wherever they can. And it's still going to be a battle. 2 laps remaining, and Rick Levezzo and Justin Hall, it's kind of their show here for the 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle modified class. But we still have a lot of competitors out on course.
So Rick, Justin, and Sean, Rick Levezzo, Justin Hall, and Sean Rance, they are 1, 2, and 3. They're the only ones out on lap 5. 2 laps to go.
And don't forget to go to live.ultra4racing.com for our live timing. These cars are the Swiss Army knife of off-road. They race King of the Hammers, Crandon, Mid-America Outdoors, Sturgis, California, Tennessee, and Kentucky. They go over huge rocks, mountains, short course jumps, tight trees, mud, dust, desert whoops. These cars can do it all and do it all well. There's Matthew Weiss getting around Daniel Netzling. It's been a long week, but it's been a fun week here for the 82nd anniversary rally here in Sturgis, South Dakota. I believe the white flag will be flying for Rick Levezzo and Justin Hall. They're hitting the Yukon launch as we speak.
We'll see if the positions stay. He is definitely a little bit farther behind him.
I'm going to say about a second and a half.
2.6
Oh, 2.5
seconds.
All right. The dust is blowing out here. But, again, I'd take that over no wind for sure.
Oh, who is that? They got a little crooked right here in front of us.
Oh, is that Justin Hall? Oh, no.
I can't tell. Is it Justin
Hall? Yes, that was Justin Hall. So Rick Levezzo has a little bit of breathing room. He must have been pushing a little too hard. As soon as I turn around to look at the course, something happens.
I saw him backwards. I'm going, he must have spun around, so he probably did the little bunny hops that we keep talking about, or the kicks whenever the rear end was kicking on those non-rhythm section.
So Rick Levezzo has a little bit of breathing room right now. He's had an excellent race. Rick Levezzo and James Mahoney out front looking good. But just when you take a deep breath, anything can happen. Remember to finish first. First, you must finish.
So next up, we'll have the 4,800 Legends class before the 4,400 Unlimited class. We have a lot of racing to go still, Miles.
Absolutely amazing. And up front still Rick Levezzo, Justin Hall, Sean Rance, Matthew Weiss, Dwayne Garrison, Daniel Netzling, and then out of the races Ken Goodall and Joe Miker. So if Rick Levezzo can keep this together, he'll get $1,000 for running that Ford Bronco front clip from Ford Performance. We need to give a huge shout out to Woody, Mr. Buffalo Chip himself, Brian Williams with Dusty Goggles, Ray's Auto Body, Jason and Gayla Robinette, all of the volunteers, Ultra 4 staff, Mid-America Outdoor Crew, media, safety, USAC racers, and fans. And Pam will be giving away those amazing Laser Nut trophies thanks to Cody Wagner and company. And Rock Racing TV has brought you all of this amazing action today. We've got people in the booth. We have people out on course. We've got people everywhere to bring this all together, and it takes an entire team. So if you see anybody out there, give them a handshake, tell them thanks, tell them you appreciate what they do for Ultra 4 Racing.
And in the background, Mr. Rick Levezzo just came down. The Recaro step down in that number one position right now. On screen is Justin Hall. Trying to make up a little bit of time, but it's just not going to happen at this point unless unless Rick Levezzo does something really wrong. But Rick Levezzo just went through the Rigid Ridge.
It was such a great race between Rick Levezzo and Justin Hall until
so
Justin had that little mishap. But hey, that's part of racing.
I mean, for 5 laps, they did that.
So we are about 20 seconds from the checkered flag flying for Mr. Rick Levezzo and James Mahoney. One more turn to go. Rick Levezzo will hit the Yukon launch, and the checkered flag will be flying. First place goes at the progressive finish line to Rick Levezzo.
So he is first place at Visions, first place here. He is on a roll.
He's got a good thing going.
Yes,
that
he
is
does.
An absolute fact. We still have some racing yet to go, and Daniel Netzling is a lap down, but this is a Grand Prix finish. So Daniel Netzling gets the checkered flag, but Justin Hall unofficial in that second position.
And Sean Rance should be getting that checkered flag in third position. So how awesome is that to have that horrible tumble earlier, get the car fixed, back out on race course, finishing on a podium.
Took 2 tumbles
Two
earlier.
tumbles, exactly.
Yeah. And he's racing in 3-wheel drive as well. That just shows you the grit they have here in
And here
Ultra
he's
4.
coming slowly over the Yukon launch.
Doesn't want to chance anything.
No, it doesn't sound like the motor's running quite right.
No, that's a hard part. That's either a drive shaft or something spinning around and clattering.
Well, something, but he finished, got that checkered flag. It's been a hard day for that race team. Now they got a lot of work to do when they get home on that car for sure.
So unofficial first place goes to Rick Levezzo.
In second position, unofficially, Justin Hall.
And rounding out the top 3 goes to Sean Rance Sr.
What a day this has been. And on screen right there is the 55 of Matthew Weiss. He'll be coming in that 4th position.
He was having some issues getting to this race. He was down to the wire to make it. He was actually working on his car in the trailer down the road for a little bit just to make sure he could make it here. It's absolutely insane what they will do to make it happen to get to these races.
Wow. We will be doing the podiums between each event, each race, each class.
Up next will be the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. And then at 5 o'clock sharp, we'll be kicking off the 4400 main event. The 4400 class will run 10 laps. It's going to be an amazing show. So make sure you do not go anywhere.
Lots of racing left to do still today.
And in between races, make sure you go over and check out the MAO and Ultra 4 merchandise trailer. Angel, Carly, Bailey, and Laura are over there selling all the things. They've got all the event merchandise. They got sunglasses, hats, hoodies, whatever you may need. And also Dusty Goggles watering holes on site, serving up some cold drinks for kids and adults. And right next to them is the Black Hills Food and Fire food truck. And then next to that's the Bouncy House.
Right next to the Bouncy House. And that Bouncy House has been very, very busy today. I've been watching over there, here and there, and there's kids in it every single time I look.
And looking down there, you can see all the motorcycles here. It's great to see so many of them here for Sturgis enjoying some Ultra 4 racing.
All right, Matthew Weiss just crossed over the finish line, got his lap 7 in, and that puts him in 4th position unofficially.
What a great showing. Like I said, he was down to the wire, even if he was going to be able to make it. So to see Matthew Weiss getting that 4th position, he has got to be super, super excited. So while we get all these Laser Nut trophies ready, we'll send Pam that way, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
It's time for electric to turn into lightning. An electric truck that can haul on both ends, that can help build your house, and if need be, power that house. That feels like a bullet train and works like a freight train. The fully electric F-150 Lightning.
Of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
Really thankful to have VP Fuels on board.
UTV 96 is like perfect in these things, makes them rip.
It ran cool, it ran strong.
We got into those rock sections where we really needed that throttle response, and it was right there every time.
We run all VP lubricants. We haven't had any problem with any kind of leaking or any kind of heating issues.
And in the State Frosty, no drama, temperature stayed under 200 the entire race.
Bronco, an American classic, returns. And it only gets better when it's outfitted with the right gear. From bumpers to winches, rigging accessories, suspensions, body armor, and wheels. You need a full array of gear to outfit your Bronco for adventure. Get them now at warn.com.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
You know, the thing that people don't realize about ARB is that they have been developing the parts as our series and our sport has grown to these new extremes. They keep evolving as the sport has evolved.
All right, we are here with our Progressive Black Hills Throwdown 4500 Yukon gear and axle modified class. You guys, awesome day today. Sean, we're starting with you. You're up here on the podium. You have had a rough day. Kind of give us a little rundown of what was going on with you today.
Well, we qualified number one, which was a first for us for a while, and then in the heat we flipped it on the second lap, and then again on the third or fourth lap. I'm not sure, and tore a lot of parts up, but we got together what we could to keep going. And my co-driver Chuck and my wife and his wife Dawn and Aspen and Charlie, they hung right in here and kept us going.
Well, it was unfortunate of your day, but you are up here on the podium. Who would you like to thank for getting you up here today?
Well, of course, Chuck, my co-driver, and then my wife and Dawn, and then Aspen, and then Milestar Tires, Ford. They have been really pulling through for us, and we have a lot of other sponsors, but I'm just real tired right now.
Yeah, I'm sure you're probably ready for a nap for sure. Are you guys going to stick around for the Driver's Appreciation Dinner?
We are. We're going to stick around tonight and leave about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your number 3 spot. It's definitely you have that Perseverance Award today for sure. Wouldn't you agree with that one?
I do. You know, we always just say whatever it takes. We're out here. We borrowed parts from other people. Other people helped us get going. We loaned parts to other people and had to actually ask for them back. John Snell had to give us our rear end back. But it's just such a big family.
That's exactly what Miles and I always say is everybody out here is just one big family, and that's what we love about all of the racers out here. So congratulations again on your 3rd place finish.
All right. Well, I'd like to say thank you.
Sorry about that.
Say thank you to JT and the new owners of Ultra 4. It's been a great ride.
Yes, it's been great, and the recovery crew out there, they got to you really, really fast out there. So again, congratulations on your podium spot.
All righty. Thank you, everybody.
All right, let's give it up for our number 3, Sean Rance. We're going to move right on over. I know that is definitely a cheers for days for him. Up here now we are with our number 2, Mr. Justin Hall. You guys had a great battle. I thought I wasn't sure what was going to go on, but give us a little rundown.
Yeah, I was chasing him down, doing my best, just trying to put the pressure on him, and hopefully he was going to make a mistake. But he had a flawless day. I ended up getting a little western through the rollers on the last lap, and luckily saved the car, got it spun around. And at that point, I knew I couldn't chase him down. So at that point, I was just salvaging the second place podium spot.
Well, you had a podium finish at Visions. You're up here again on the podium spot. You're having fun this year, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm trying to catch up on some National Series points. You'll see me out at Crandon Labor Day weekend for the Ultra 4 race out there too. And hopefully if I do well out there, it'll set me up pretty well going into Legends of the Fall.
Awesome. Well, who do you want to thank for getting you up here today?
Want to thank, first off, Falcon Tire. I've had great luck with them all year long. I don't think I've had to change a flat tire once this year. Johnny's Custom Motorsports for working with me on the tune out here. Samir over at Grom Racing for building me a really awesome little motor. JR's Transmission, 13 Fab, Rough Stuff. Brannick Motorsports. Optima battery driven racing oil. The list goes on. And I said Dirty Life Wheels. Pretty much, I have a huge long list of supporters that helped me get to this stuff. My crew chief AJ for coming out here, and his dad Randy, my family back at home, everybody.
Awesome. And you are going to be racing in a few weeks, aren't you, up at the NorCal race, or are you going to bypass that for Crandon?
So I'm bypassing that. I'm actually leaving my car and trailer out in Wyoming with Jeremy Jones, and then I'll pick it back up, or I'll fly out, prep it, then come back, grab the car for Crandon. Then after Crandon, I'm leaving it out at my crew chief's house in Missouri, and then I'll fly home and then fly out there later, like a month and a half later, grab the truck, trailer, and race car, and then go down to Oklahoma, and then hopefully get back before my baby's born.
I was going to say, you've had an exciting year. You have a baby on the way. You're getting married, and now you've had 2 podium finishes, so it's a great year for you, and congratulations on your number 2 spot.
Thank you very much, Pam. And I want to say thank you again, Sean said, JT and the new owners of Ultra 4, the recovery crew out here. These guys are on point, recovering a lot of other people. Luckily, I didn't have to see them, but it was, like I said, it's been great, and I love coming out here, and hopefully you'll be back again next year.
Awesome. Well, we like having you guys out here as well. So let's give it up for the number 2 spot, Mr. Justin Hall. Let's go on here. Mr. Rick Lavezzo. He got first place at Mid-America for Visions. You got first place here. You're on a roll.
Yeah. I got first place last year here, too. So, hey, man, it's a good day. I started out just dusty, and I was complaining. And then I had a, good qualifying. I knew if I started behind Sean, I'd push him. And we got that number 1 spot in the heat and came out. And, I didn't brake for 7 laps. All I saw was his headlights. And I'm like, oh, and with these mechanical steering cars, it's a lot. So, no, my co-driver, he was just calm, telling me, go, go, go. Just between him and my spotter, Mitch, I was like, I couldn't. I was like, it was seven laps of open hell.
So do you have a little bit of arm pump going on?
Oh, I can't even hold this. Arm pump going on. But the track was epic. I just had so much fun racing against Justin, against everybody in our class. It was a good race. Yokohama tires are flawless. Not one flat. It was just everything was good. Willwood, we put new brakes on the car, and man, we can drive into the corners faster, and it's just amazing. So my crew chief, who's my dad, who's 74 years old, I drag him out here, and he bitches and complains the whole time, but as long as I give him beer, he's fine. So it's a fine line how much I can give him, though. So he doesn't get to drink on race day, so now he's already probably got a beer, and he's ready to go. So King, the shocks were Raceline, Amsoil, Rugged Radio. Everybody it's an effort, everybody out here, so I just want to thank everybody, the fans. Couldn't ask for a better day.
How cool is it for you guys to come off race course and you see all these Harleys setting out here? They've all came over from the Buffalo Chip. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, it's a great race because we get to go do something else besides racing. These guys are nuts. These guys are way crazier than we are. So the people watching has just been epic.
It's been awesome. Do you have anybody else to thank? James here, where you were pushing him, he was saying. So coming from 4400, are you having fun and helping him in the car?
Oh, yeah. You just got to keep him tame and keep all 4 wheels on the ground because he's known for doing acrobatics. But he did good. like I said, we looked in the mirror every time, and all we could see was Justin's lights. So it was a battle for all 7 laps. So just keeping him under control.
Were you wanting to like keep your foot over there and make sure he never touched the brakes?
This race, I actually was. Yeah, I acted like I had a gas pedal. The last race, the very first race I was in with him, all I could do was push a brake pedal. It felt like, but I think we've come to a good, mutual part of driving the car. So he's doing really good behind the wheel.
Well, awesome. Do you have anybody else to thank?
I want to thank you and Miles for doing just an amazing job. MOA for doing what they do. JT and that crew. Dusty Goggles, thank you very much, and couldn't ask for a better weekend.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Let's give it up for Rick Lavezzo, Justin Hall, and Sean Rance.
Thank you, Pam, and congratulations to the entire 4,500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class for taking home those laser nut trophies. We have 2 races yet to come. Here in about 10 more minutes, we'll kick off the 4,800 Brannick Motorsports Legends main event with a 7-lap race. And then we're going to bypass the 4,400 LCQ, and at 5 p.m. sharp, we'll be doing the 4,400 main event. It'll be a 10-lap race. It will be an absolutely amazing show. So 2 more races yet to go. Do not miss it. Get on that MAO app. Go to ultra4racing.com/live. Go to the Ultra4 and Mid-America Facebook and YouTube. Get on Ultra4 USA Instagram. Hashtag it up. But we have a lot more racing yet to come. So grab some drinks, grab some snacks, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
It's time for electric to turn into lightning. An electric truck that can haul on both ends. That can help build your house. And if need be, power that house. That feels like a bullet train and works like a freight train. The fully electric F-150 Lightning.
Years of off-road racing dominance. Proprietary patented race technology. Proudly made in the USA. Unparalleled customer service and support. The choice of champions. King Shocks. The leader in off-road shock technology.
I am Monster Mate.
Really thankful to have VP Fuels on board.
UTV 96 is like perfect in these things, makes them rip.
It ran cool, it ran strong.
We got into those rock sections where we really needed that throttle response, and it was right there every time.
We run all VP lubricants. We haven't had any problem with any kind of leaking or any kind of heating issues.
And in the State Frosty, no drama, temperature stayed under 200 the entire race.
Bronco, an American classic, returns. And it only gets better when it's outfitted with the right gear. From bumpers to winches, rigging accessories, suspensions, body armor, and wheels. You need a full array of gear to outfit your Bronco for adventure. Get them now at warn.com.
Hello and welcome. Breathe, relax, and enjoy the meditation. Provided by Yukon Gear and Axle. Shop now. The ultimate in off-road performance.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
Welcome back. We are about to kick off the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends Class main event for the Progressive 2022 Black Hills Throwdown at the Buffalo Chips Power Sports Complex just outside of Sturgis, South Dakota. This is going to be a 7-lap main event, 2 miles per lap, so 14 miles of this amazing short course racing. It's going to be a great race, Pam. It's been a great day, and we are not done yet.
Yeah, it's been an awesome day for sure, Miles. Having a lot of fun out here. Always having fun with you out here announcing. Love seeing the crowd coming over from the Buffalo Chip, watching over there. It's a super cool day today.
So this is the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class.
And they are all lined up. Mr. J.T. Taylor has them on their, what do you call that? It's a
pace car?
Pace car, exactly.
You have to have a front or rear mounted engine. Vehicle must contain 2 seats side by side, single shop per corner, maximum of a 37-inch DOT tire, and it is Stephen, Woody Rose, and Brent Harrell on the pole. Woody Rose on the pole next to Brent Harrell, and it will be a drag race.
And Jeremy Jones, Matt Torney in that second row.
In that third row, Matt Murphy and Chuck Crossland.
And then fourth row, Levi Rhodes and Garrett Humston.
Fifth row, Rob Graham and Brad Mulliken.
In sixth row, Jack Peterson and Rob Inglis.
And that last row is Tony Howard and Eric Weichel. And look how dusty it is in turn 1 as they're hitting the Bronco bowlers, and Woody Rose takes the hole shot. And guess who's spotting for Woody Rose, I just found out? Mr. Bailey Cole.
I saw Bailey over in the stands just now, and I did not ask him who he was spotting for, but how awesome is that?
And Woody spotted for Bailey, and Sean Shoemaker was riding with Bailey during their race.
Well, there you go. Teamwork.
Cool to see, yeah. Teamwork makes dream work.
That's what we talk about. It's one big family out here at Ultra 4. And to see Sean Rance out there on the podium just now after the day he had. Woo. And that was a great shot right there of Woody Rose and Brent Harrell going through that turn.
Yeah, Woody Rose won his prelim earlier today, but I promise you one thing, Brent Harrell is hungry. He wants that, but Woody Rose is not going to give it to him easy. Woody Rose in that Trip fabrication machine out front, and Brent Harrell in that Paul Horschel fabrication built car.
All right, on screen is Brent Harrell running in that number 2 spot right there.
In the dust of Woody Rose, and it's dusty once again. They just did water the track, but obviously that back little section, it's too steep for a water truck to go back there. It's super steep, super loose, off camber. So we're going to, we're doing what we can, but the dust is definitely there. But the wind is here, so that is extremely, extremely helpful.
The wind is a racer's friend.
Absolutely. This is our third and final race in the Western Series before we have a showdown at Legends of the Fall. But before that, we still have our third and final Eastern Series race in Crandon, Wisconsin at the Big House over Labor Day weekend.
Can hear that horsepower right there of Mr. Woody Rose.
And Woody Rose already has probably about a 4 to 5 second lead over Brent Harrell.
I love that Brent's running those orange lights like we were talking about earlier. You can see them. It makes them visible so we know exactly which car it is coming through, kind of like Rufus Racing.
Had a great shot of Woody Rose just completely drifting that as he's up and over the Rigid Ridge, bypassing the Amsoil hot pits.
Awesome. Look at that shot right there that looks over our pits.
Look at all of the racers that are camped here at the Power Sports Complex just across the street from the Buffalo Chip proper.
Oh, and it got a little kicked him up a little bit.
So this is a 7-lap race. You can hear somebody bouncing off the rev limiter there.
And Woody Rose just now going through the Yukon launch, getting ready to go over the progressive start-finish line, and his lap time is a 2:52.758. Brent Harrell is running in that second position.
Yes, 8 seconds in front of Brent Harrell. But look, Jeremy Jones is hot on his heels as well.
Yeah, Jeremy Jones is very close behind Brent Harrell.
So 1, Woody Rose, 2, Brent Harrell, 3, Jeremy Jones. So 2 Trent Fabrication cars up front with a Paul Horschel built car in the middle.
It's been a great day out here, Miles, and this race right here, this is just gearing up for the next one.
Absolutely.
The big boys.
So Matt Murphy in 4th, Chuck Crossland in 5th, Tony Howard in 6th position, Matthew Torney with his dad Greg riding shotgun. Matthew Torney with his son riding shotgun. Then Brad Mulliken and Eric Weichel.
And Brad Mulliken we saw in the prelim race. He had a little
bit of a tumble.
These tumbles today, some of them have been okay. Some of them have been a little bit harder than we would like to see.
And then Levi Rhodes and Garrett Humston. Where's Rob Graham and Jack Peterson? Okay, there's Rob Graham.
Did Jack Peterson take the...
I don't know if he started this race.
I don't think he took the green flag.
I think you are correct.
That was a great shot just now of Brent Harrell jumping over. He's going into that little bit of a canyon right there. That right there on screen is Woody Rose.
So Woody Rose up and around that little finger. You can see that big tire has been clipped a few times.
Yes, and they keep moving it back in position because when it gets clipped, it gets moved just a little bit. Looks like he was a little questioning on that turn there. Wasn't a smooth transition, but you do have Brent Harrell right there as well. But that is that downhill left-hand turn that is another off-camber. Everything here seems to be off-camber.
Yeah,
There's
the
nothing.
elevation change here is absolutely amazing. This is a 2-mile short course with that little Bronco Boulder Rock section. Other than that, it is short course racing at its finest as Woody Rose hits the Recaro step down. And sorry, that was Brent Harrell.
That was Brent Harrell. There's a pretty consistent distance between 1, 2, and 3. So between Woody Rose and Brent Harrell, it's very it's about the same distance from Brent Harrell to Jeremy Jones is distance-wise apart.
Yeah, it was 8 seconds and then 6 seconds, so we'll see. Oh, Brent Harrell spins around. You didn't see it on screen,
no.
but Brent Harrell took a little got
sideways?
Yeah, he did a full loop out.
Oh, wow. So he did a 180.
He did a complete
or
donut.
360.
Yep, a complete donut. So that means Jeremy Jones is hot on his tail. So Woody Rose is starting to pull away a little bit. So Woody Rose starting to get a little bit of a comfortable lead as he hits the Yukon launch, finishing lap number 2, heading out for lap number 3.
All right, and Woody Rose just came through and had a little bit of a faster lap time than his last lap at a 2:56.906. So he knows that he's got to stay on it if he wants to keep that sizable lead.
And we'll get a time for Brent Harrell, and Jeremy Jones is hot on his heel. So
Brent Harrell at a 3:06.468, so 17 seconds behind Woody Rose, but Jeremy Jones is only 3.5 seconds behind Brent Harrell.
Yeah, so with Brent Harrell's little spin around, Jeremy Jones caught him, and Woody Rose starting to pull away.
And you can see Woody Rose going through the Bronco boulders. Or is that Jeremy Jones? That's
I
Jeremy
believe
Jones.
that was Jeremy
Yep,
Jones.
It was Jeremy Jones, my bad. Their blues are very similar color.
And they're both Trent Fabrication cars.
Yes.
Yeah, like you said, they look very similar.
There's
our
Woody Rose.
physical race leader, Woody Rose, out front by almost 20 seconds. So, Bailey's up in the spotter stands with the split times, whether he's listening to us or doing it himself or watching live.ultra4racing.com for the live timing. But Bailey Cole's saying, hey, Woody, you're doing good. Take your time. Be easy. Get in your zone. Deep breath, but keep on keeping on.
And is this a new car for Woody?
It's new to him. This car's been around for a long time. Bailey's raced this car.
Okay.
Brent has raced this car. This is the old Crawl America car that DSI has owned for quite a while.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. That's Toby Stacy.
That's why I'm asking you.
Yep,
you
no.
are the encyclopedia.
Hey, I was
of
wrong.
Ultra 4.
That's a different Trent Fab car. This is a new car for Woody Rose.
That's a nice drift
This
around that
season.
turn right there. Yeah, nope, I always call you the encyclopedia of Ultra 4.
And then I get it wrong. But then I corrected myself. So there's Brent Harrell.
Look at that hole.
Look
Did you
how
see that?
deep. I was just going to say that rut. I don't know if it's a rut or a pothole, but it is getting nasty down there.
It's a Cameron Steele car. I love it. We're getting corrected here.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Hammers, right? Yeah, so that was a brand new car this year at Hammers for Cameron Steele.
Okay.
So I was wrong, and then I was right-ish. So they built that car for Cameron Steele, and they used a lot of parts for it, and I assume Cameron Steele raced that once again at King of the Hammers 2023. There's a lot of cars that get changed around down here, and I tend to forget a few things here and there.
It happens. You'll just have to write that in your notes. And on screen there is Doc Jones.
Doc Jones is always a solid competitor out on the course.
You can hear Brent Harrell, his motor, and Jeremy Jones's motor.
And then there's, talking about motor, there's Chuck Crossland, the only twin-turbo-powered machine out there. There's Brad Mulliken making a pass.
It's good to see Brad back out there. He did that tumble earlier. Yeah, you're correct that Brad Mulliken's right there.
He was having transmission issues all the way up until he left to come out here all the way from Northern California. Glad
He's
to see
running
him get it back together.
He's running in that 7th position right now. All right, so in that number 1 spot, we have the 48.71 of Stephen Rose. In number 2, we have the 56 of Brent Harrell. In the number 3 spot, the 48.37 of Jeremy Jones.
So Brent Harrell's starting to pull a little bit away from Jeremy Jones again, and Brent Harrell is gained 3 seconds on Woody Rose on that lap. Ooh, is that a left rear tire? No.
And Chuck Crossland in the 48.69, he's running in the 4th position. He had a tumble as well earlier on. Who are you thinking might have
I thought I saw it, but it may have been just some funny dust. I don't want to speculate anymore.
Funny dust.
It definitely plays tricks on a little bit of everybody.
I see what you're saying, though. Yep,
No,
it's just the fun he does.
Yep, we're all good. I thought he had a tire going down, but Woody Rose still looks smooth and consistent.
All right, Brad Mulliken has moved up into the 6th spot from 7th, but we have Tony Howard in the 48.05 in that 5th position. The 48.74 of Brad Mulliken in the 6th position. Matt Murphy in the 51.66 in that 7th position. Matt Torney in the 8.04 in that 8th position.
What a great race we have on our hands. There's Robert Grant, that rigid powered Jimmy's car, but back on Woody Rose with that Believe Cam FPV.
Woody Rose got out front, stayed out front. We'll see if it can continue on for the rest of the 4 laps that we have to go.
There's Garrett Humston. This was a 7-lap race, 2 miles per lap, so 14 miles of short course racing. And up next, the 4,400 main event, 10 laps, 20 miles. It's going to be a wild show. That kicks off at 5 o'clock sharp.
And on screen there again is Woody Rose. And that is a single-seat car, correct? Woody Rose?
No, it's a 2-seat car.
He just drives single.
Yep. It's definitely a 2-seater. Yeah, because my buddy Brian Wood rode with Cameron Steele in that car at King of the Hammers this year.
And on screen just a moment ago was the 48.77 of Rob Graham. He's running in that 12th position, just moved up into 11th. Lots of motorcyclists going on out. They've been out here watching the race. Awesome to see.
Yeah, if you have a Buffalo Chip campground pass, you can come across the street and watch some Ultra 4 racing for free. If you don't, it's only $10 per person. Children 10 and under are free. So be sure, we are right in the middle of our 4,800 Brannick Motorsports main. But the main event will be coming up here at 5 o'clock for the 4,400 Unlimited class. Be our extravaganza. There's Matt and Greg Torney in the center of our screen. Lots of Harleys in and out of here, off and on, all day long. We love us some horsepower.
Lots of action going on all over race course. Mr. Woody Rose is in that number 1 position still. His fastest lap of the day was a 2:56.906.
As Tony Howard just skied over the progressive start-finish line.
Yes, and Woody Rose's last lap was a 2:58, but he's picking it up. There's a 14-second gap between Woody Rose and Brent Harrell, and then there's an 8-second gap between Brent Harrell and Jeremy Jones. Chuck Crossland has a 30-second gap between him and Jeremy Jones.
If you are just tuning in, we thoroughly appreciate each and every single one of you. This is the 2022 Progressive Black Hills Throwdown at the Buffalo Chips Power Sports Complex just outside of Sturgis, South Dakota. We are here for the 82nd annual Sturgis Bike Rally. We are back on screen with Mr. Woody Rose, our physical race leader. He has had a great day all day long, and look how bad this track is getting chewed up. It is getting nasty out there. Cody Knowles tuned in. He usually rides with Woody Rose. And he's giving his buddy some hard time, so he says you got to give him a lot of grief if he gets that podium spot
right?
from his buddy Cody. As we're back on watching Brent Harrell. He's still about 15 seconds back on Woody Rose as we drop down the Recaro step down. What a great week it has been here in Sturgis, and we are racing during Bike Week. How
It's
cool is
so
that?
awesome. I love it. We keep saying it, but you know what? Next year would be awesome to do.
And look at the high and wide. You can see most of the track out here. It's a 2-mile short course, just the one little Bronco boulder section, but this place is absolutely amazing. I believe that's Tony Howard. No, that is Chuck Crossland with his
Chuck
daughter
Crossland.
Kate.
And they're running in the 4th position right now. They are 31 seconds
And
behind Jeremy Jones.
This is his first race he hasn't rolled over in yet.
It's not
this
over
weekend,
yet.
This weekend.
It's not over yet.
Chuck upside down Crossland.
Told him he needs to just let his daughter drive.
He'll give me a little grief for that, but I'm
Yes,
all right
he
with it.
will. You know he will.
Him and Chip are some of the class clowns of Ultra 4, so it's always fun to, they dish it out. I like to give it back. Brent Harrell getting a little fluff out there as he hits the Bronco boulders, does the little bunny hop, and keeps on trucking. So last time around, he did gain another full second, so he's 13.8 seconds behind Woody Rose with 2 laps to go.
Yes, it is definitely getting a little bit more spaced out, but the dust can become a factor with the lap traffic for sure. There's a 10-second gap between Brent Harrell and Jeremy Jones. And then we'll see here in just a moment the gap between Jeremy Jones and Chuck Crossland. Tony Howard's running in that 5th position. Brad Mulliken is running in 6th position. Matt Murphy is in 7th. Matt Torney in 8th. Eric Weichel in 9th. Garrett Humston 10th. Rob Graham in 11th. And then we have Levi Rhodes, Jack Peterson, and Rob Inglis. Not sure what's going on with them right now. But we have 5 cars that are on their 5th lap, so we have 2 laps to go.
This is a 7-lap main for the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. And speaking about Brannick Motorsports, we need to give a huge shout-out to Stan Haynes and his entire family. Team Indiana usually comes to all the races, but this was just a little too far for them. They couldn't make it. Hate you all aren't here, but I'm sure you're tuning in back home. We were talking to Austin Thompson earlier. He's working on his 4400 car, and he's waiting on a sway bar from Brannick Motorsports. So it sounds like Rob Inglis broke his rear end, so he is out. So tough break there.
Break.
He drove all the way down from Canada to do that, but we still got to watch his buddy Corey Johnson in the next race.
All right, so we got to talk about all the bikes and stuff out here and all the awesome race cars, but my favorite dog out here is walking by right now, Josh Smith. He has Willie the Wiener dog. It's a little puppy. So cute. It's kind of been our little mascot over there at the Ultra 4 trailer.
Been a lot of fun.
Josh Smith's little baby.
He had a great showing today earlier on
Yes,
in the
he did.
4900 Can-Am UTV stock class.
It's all about the little kids, the little tiny tots, the puppies, the people.
It's all about
It's
family.
everything. Family
Absolutely. Oh, Woody Rose gets a little wide there, but keeps her under control. He kind of slides through that blue groove until he just kisses the fluff and then just grabs and goes.
It does. It definitely, you can see that it did that. And that corner right there is definitely getting harder in the turns. Not harder as in hard pack, but you keep
It's
calling
tougher.
it the fluff. It's
Yep.
tougher, yes.
Getting a little blown out. No, there's
He's
the
gonna be
white,
getting the white flag.
for Woody Rose.
So one more lap to go. See if he can hold on to this lead.
So Brent Harrell knows right now he needs to turn it up if he wants to catch old Woody Rose. 2 of our younger competitors, Woody Rose and Brent Harrell. Great to see these young guns doing so well in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class.
And there's still a lot of racing going out there on race course. Jeremy Jones just crossed over and got his white flag.
I'm going to give a huge shout out to Can-Am, Ford, Bronco, Monster Energy, Optima Batteries, 4-Wheel Parts, Progressive, Holly EFI, Lasernut, Griffin, VP Racing Fuels, Nitto, King Shocks, King of the Hammers, Spider Tracks, Recaro Seats, Baja Jerky, Amsoil, Method Race Wheels, Axial RC, PCI Race Radios. Off the Grid, MBRP, Yukon, HCR, Daystar, Warren, Factor 55, ARB, Rigid, Brannick, Tread Lightly, and Action Sports Canopy.
Oh,
so
we have
please
a spin
support
out?
who supports the sport.
And that, I believe, 4810. Oh, he does not have a front
is-
driver tire or wheel on his car.
And that is Garrett Humston that has a little issue there. So that's going
Well,
to be a
he's-
little tough recovery, too, because that's in that back section, I believe.
It's right before that tight left-hand turn that everybody's been hitting that inside or the tire. It's right before that. You can see him right there in that right-hand
And he's
turn.
blocking most of the track, so they're going to have to slow down. So there's our race leader, I believe, Woody Rose, having to slow down tremendously, but so does everybody else. This is a safety yellow local caution. But now it's back to wide open racing, so we'll see how it's going to shake out. Does Brent Harrell have enough time to chase down Woody Rose? It's not looking good.
We had a 13-second gap between them on the last lap, so not unless Woody Rose has a little slip up, but you know that he's driving just a consistent race right now
But
and
I'm
staying slow and
physically
steady.
watching right now, Pam, and Brent Harrell has turned it up. I don't know if he's got enough time, but he's given it all he's got trying to chase down. I see Eric Weichel still running strong out there, but it's the Woody Rose show, and can Brent Harrell have enough time? I'm not sure. Woody Rose is going to have to mess up. So
He has turned up the heat for sure.
He is giving it all he's got. It was 13 seconds around last time, and I think it's less than 10.
We shall see. And that one corner back there by the Amsoil Hot Pits has been giving Woody a little bit of trouble when he does that turn.
As they're both up and across the rigid ridge, just a few more corners to go, and it looks like Woody Rose, it's his race to lose. But the last two races, the guy out front has done great, and
right
second place has spun out, and that's just what's happened in both these last races.
That was a great shot right there to see how far apart they actually are on race course.
So I'm going to say it's going to be less than 10 seconds, but
Here
Woody
he
Rose,
comes.
one more jump to go, hitting the Yukon launch, and the checkered flag is out at the Progressive finish line.
And there he
Woody
goes.
Rose unofficially wins the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class.
Let's see how this gap is right here. Even though we know he's unofficially in second position, 9.8
I said under
seconds.
10
You
seconds.
did.
But remember, this is a physical finish race, so it doesn't matter. So unofficial 1, Woody Rose. Unofficial 2, Brent Harrell.
And we'll see Jeremy Jones has been running in that third position. He should
And
be coming
here he
through
comes,
here in just
hitting
a
the
moment.
Yukon launch. Jeremy Jones grabs the checkered flag for third place unofficially.
And Chuck Crossland's up there, got a battle for fourth and fifth, right, or for the fourth position. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
Chuck Crossland and Tony Howard going to battle to the finish line.
Well, let's
see
if
Tony
Chucky
Howard's
keeps
got
it
enough.
on the rubber side
How
down.
funny would it be if he
Not
flips her?
funny.
Oh, I'm going to laugh if he flopped her over on the last corner.
Oh, I hope not. So we have Woody Rose in that number 1 position, Brent Harrell number 2, Jeremy Jones in third, Chuck Crossland in fourth position unofficially right now, but Tony Howard is right on Chuck Crossland, so let's see if he can keep a hold on that fourth position.
So Chuck Crossland looks like he's going to lock her down. Chuck Crossland grabs the checkered flag, fourth for him, and fifth goes to Tony Howard.
He's had such an unfortunate last couple of races. I literally want to cheer for him right now.
Oh, he's cheering for himself.
I
But
know.
As much grief as I give Chuck Crossland, I'm stoked for him, and I'm just super excited. This is the first time his daughter Kate has rode
Yes.
with him, and like I said, they've had some battles. There is Jack Peterson. Hadn't seen much of him today, but again, great to see Chuck Crossland finally having a great showing with his daughter Kate riding shotgun.
Tony Howard came through in that number 5 position. Matt Murphy in the 5166 has come through in the 6th position. And Matt Torney in the 804 is in that 7th position. Brad Mulligan is in 8th. Those are our top 8 that have finished all 7 laps in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class.
We are about to give away some of those Laser Nut trophies thanks to Cody Wagner and company.
And Eric Weichel is getting ready to come through and get the checkered flag himself, finish that 7th lap.
And then at 5 o'clock sharp, there's Eric Weichel grabbing the checkered flag as well. But at 5 o'clock sharp will be the 4400 Unlimited main event. So we still have a little bit yet to go. There's Jack Peterson. And then we'll give away those Laser Nut trophies and get ready.
Ooh, the big boys are getting ready to come on
But
race
we've got about
course.
50 minutes, so we'll actually get a
50
nice
minutes?
little break
Oh,
before we
wow.
send them out.
I didn't realize we had 50
We will
minutes
do
left.
a national anthem and a prayer later on, right before the main event. So it'll be great to see that. So we'll have a good half-hour break, hopefully. What a great race it was for the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. I believe it is going to be
It's going to be Woody Rose in that number 1 position.
Brent Harrell.
In number 2, and then 3rd position, Jeremy Jones.
So while we get everything, cross our eyes and, dot our I's and
Cross our
cross
I's and
our
dot our
T's,
T's.
we'll check everything out. But we're going to take a quick break and be right back after this.
am Monster Mate.
Ford WP is more than a store. We're truck and Jeep experts and have been for over 50 years. From wheel and tire upgrades to full custom builds, Ford WP has you covered. Whether you want to order the best parts online or shop in store, do the work yourself or get it done by a pro, all roads lead to Ford WP. Do your rig right. Shop online or find your store at FordWP.com.
Rocks, sand, heat. Life off-road is tough. We wouldn't have it any other way. If AMSOIL products are designed for this kind of punishment, think about what they can do for your daily driver. Upgrade to AMSOIL protection today and get fast free shipping from AMSOIL.com.
All right, we are right here fresh off the racetrack with our 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. Our third place finisher, Mr. Jeremy Jones. That was an awesome race out there. I saw you chasing down the dust. How do you feel about that race course today?
It was rough and dusty and fun, all rolled up into one. So,
I know a lot of people have been saying that, the dust obviously, but what was your least favorite part about the race course today?
I would say the little canyon part where the dust got thick and the wind couldn't get in there and they really couldn't get much water to it. You just couldn't see, and it was, if you're off either direction, you're going to roll or you're going to hurt somebody. So.
Well, you did great out there. You're running third place consistent throughout the whole entire race. You guys are actually up here as you started the race, 1, 2, 3. So who do you have to thank for getting you up here on the podium today?
Well, Dan, of course. All my guys back home, they threw they got to the car and they made it all work. Don Balducci, he came up and helped us prep. Dave Schneider helped us prep the car. Trent Pfaff for building a great car. Let me think. Raceline, Mickey Thompson, Wyotech, Niapco for the drive lines, Yukon Gear and Axle. All my friends and family back home, all the fans out here, all the volunteers. The event's been great. We've had a great time. Dan and I have loved it, so it's been a good time. So thanks to Dan for jumping in the car with me and keeping us upright.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on your number 3 spot up here. I'm going to walk away because I know what you're doing, but here in a moment. But anyways, okay, so we're on to our number 2 position. We have Brent Harrell. You had a blast out there. You got your fan group over here. Your dad's getting ready to go on race course. How do you feel about that track today?
I mean, it's a super fun track. It's tough. The dust definitely sucks, but I had a good time.
We kept watching you because you were reeling in. You were getting closer a little bit in time, but then there's a little bit of a, he kept kind of going in a corner where we thought we were going to spin out, but not happening. But you were on it the whole time. Did you ever lift at all, or was it pedal down the whole time?
No, I looped out really bad up there, ended up way out in the giggle bushes and managed to come back still in front of Doc, so I'm glad he didn't catch up.
But after that, did you ever lift, or were you still gunning for Woody?
Maybe the last half lap. I know I couldn't catch him, but rest of other than that, I was trying to catch him the whole time.
Biggest question, did you have fun?
Oh yeah, I had a blast out there.
Awesome. Who do you have to thank for getting you up here on the podium today?
I'd like to thank my dad, my family, Paul Herschel with Herschel Motorsports, built an amazing car and has just a phenomenal crew that keeps us coming to races. Fox Shocks, Max Tie Downs, Tube Works for my diffs. Everybody on my crew, Jesse DeLeon, he jumped in the co-pilot seat with me. He's never done anything like this before, and everybody for coming out to support in Mid-America. And Rigid Lights. Sorry. Rigid Lights.
What do you think about coming off the race course and seeing all these motorcycles here from the Buffalo Chip? Thank you guys for coming out, but what do you think about seeing all them out here?
I think it's super cool that they're coming out here, mix of different hobbies, and we get to check their stuff out, and they get to check our stuff out. So,
well, congratulations on your second position up here on the podium. It was a great day, great weekend for you. Now you get to, are you spotting for your dad, or does he have a spotter out here?
I'll be in the spotter stand. I won't ride with him, though.
Well, congratulations on your number 2 spot, and we'll get going here so you can get ready for that race. Now we're going to move on to our number 1 position. Mr. Woody Rose, you got out front, you stayed out front, you never looked back, did you?
Nope, just pedal to the floor mostly the whole time, other than the slick parts.
I know that's what I was kind of talking about, was over there by where the pit road is. That was kind of slick for you. You were having a little bit of trouble right there, it looked like.
Yes, I had to go very slow, and that's where I thought he was gaining speed on me, but everyone was doing that, where they just couldn't take it that fast and they'd slide into the bank. Yeah. But yeah, I almost spun out on the second turn here from the blue groove, which was fun. Caught me off guard in the dust.
But did you have fun?
Yes, amazing time. I would definitely come back next year.
What was your least favorite part about the race course today?
That 5 roller rhythm section. Oh, yeah. That's not my favorite. My car doesn't like that very much, unless you hit it full speed, but then you're going too fast.
Well, we were calling that a non-rhythm section because there is no rhythm to it whatsoever.
No rhythm at all. The last one, or the second to last one, just bucks you, and then it puts you in the last one, and no, all bad. Yeah.
Well, who do you have to thank for getting you up here on the podium today?
I'd like to thank Derek Trent. He got me here. I'm very thankful for that. My mother, Trent Fabrication, for building an amazing car. Nexon Tire, Raceline Wheels, MechMan alternators, ATO transmission, FK rod ends, Brannick Motorsports, line-to-line coating for coating my pistons so I have a good motor, Infinite Velocity Motorsports for helping with the rebuild of the motor, and Yukon Gear and Axle, definitely. That's a big one. And I think that's it.
Awesome.
Nexon, right? I think I said Nexon Tire. Definitely thanks them a lot for holding up this race.
Well, congratulations on your number 1 spot. Let's give it up for Woody Rose, Brent Harrell, and Jeremy Jones.
Well, thank you, Pam, and thank you, Cody Wagner and Lasernut, for those amazing trophies, and congratulations to everybody in the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. Up next will be the 4400 main event. We're going to go live at 4:50 p.m. with a hard start at 5 o'clock, so be sure to take a quick little break, grab your snacks, grab your drinks, grab whatever you need, but the big party is about to start, so while we get everything set up, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
It's time for electric to turn into lightning. An electric truck that can haul on both ends, that can help build your house, and if need be, power that house. That feels like a bullet train and works like a freight train. The fully electric F-150 Lightning.